Hello everyone, I'm Aslam. So today I'll be showing how to solve this lab, AWS Academic Cloud Architecting 3 Capstone Project. Basically I had to do this in my last semester assignment. Uh, I I looked for YouTube videos and everything, but all of them are based on Architecting 2.0. So I'll be showing the new one, how it's done and everything. So to get started, we'll have to start the lab first. You can just start it using the Start Lab button, and I'll show you the objectives and the rest, like the steps as well. So the objective of this lab is to create a database instance that the PHP application can query, then create and deploy the highly available PHP application, use AWS Secrets Manager, and so on. So as you can see, our environment started, so you can just get started clicking on this. It will redirect us to the EC2 account. And oh, sorry, I forgot to log out. Okay, so here, so this is basically the VPC architecture of the lab. We have two public subnet in different availability zone, and then private subnet 1, private subnet 2, and DB subnet 1, DB subnet 2, both in like different availability zone. And then we have the steps mentioned here, but it's not like step by step. It just shows you the basic what you have to do. Like the first step is to create the aurora data serverless database that runs a MySQL engine, then creating the application load balancer, the auto scaling group, and then importing the data to the aurora database. So I'll show you guys how to do it. First, the step was to create a aurora serverless database. So we'll just have to search for RDS here. Yeah, so here there is no database yet, so we'll just have to create one. Click on the create database button, and then standard creates. You have to select Aurora MySQL compatible here, because the recommend is to create a MySQL database. And then for the engine version, you can just keep it as a default. Template chose production. You can just name it anything, like YouTube video. Okay, so for the master admin, you can name it anything, but be sure to remember the username, or it's also okay if you don't remember, because we can find it in the AWS Secrets Manager later. So also one of the I recommend is to use the AWS Secrets Manager. So we're going to select it as is. The encryption key will be the default one that we have here, and then for the cluster storage configuration, I think it's better to choose Aurora IO optimized. So it's basically it will be able to scale the databases according to the need. And then just choose serverless v2 here. For the minimum capacity, it's up to you. You can just give like 2, and then I'm gonna set it as 4, the maximum capacity. Then multi-agent deployment, I think it's better to create a multi-agent deployment, so in case like one of the availability zone is down, you can just use the other one. Also the data is copied to the other availability zone as well, so it's good for scaling and or making sure availability. Complete resources, don't connect, network type IPv4. Okay, so here virtual private cloud, we'll have to choose the existing project VPC that comes with the lab. So the name is project VPC here, and then DB subnet group, you'll have to choose this one, the default we have. Public access, obviously no. And then for the secret group, you'll have to choose example DBHG. So this is basically exclusively made for the database. And then you can turn these on, but I think there is limitation with the account. We can't really use all the features we want. This is not a requirement. You can like choose to do it in like other projects as well if you want. done, blah blah blah. We are actually done with the configuration for this part. Oh yeah, it's okay. We'll have to name the database, so it should be countries as per the requirement, but like if you name it anything else, you'll have to modify one of the file in the server. But let's just keep it countries, because that's the one they recommended. Keep the initial database as countries. Okay, let's just skip the rest as is. Backup, blah blah blah. You can use these as well for like checking the logs and everything. Okay, we're just gonna create on click on create database to create the aurora serverless database. Yeah, as you can see, there is a limitation in our group, so in the lab, so we can't really like use all the features that is available. So you can just skip this, it's all good. Okay, so we have the first step, we have created the aurora serverless database. The second is to create an application load balancer. So we'll just go to load balancer. It's under the EC2. Okay, load balancer. Okay, so as you can see, there is no load balancer so far. We'll have to create one. Create load balancer. Okay, the one we'll be doing is application load balancer. So click on create. You can name it anything. Assignment will be, yeah, it is internet facing because it will have to be able to receive requests from the public. Load balance IP address type IPv6. Yes. Okay, we'll have to change the VPC here. So project VPC, and we'll be using the both. We'll be using both availability zones. So just click them, select them, and then for the subnet we'll have to use public subnet, as they'll have to be able to receive requests from the public. So okay, for the secret group there is one made for the load balancer, which is ALBHG. So basically ALBHG is application load balancer security groups. Okay, for the listeners and routing part, we'll have to create a new target group. You can just click on this and it will open a new window. Yeah, for the configuration, the web application will be hosted on the instance, so we'll choose instances here. Target group, we can name it anything, any name. The protocol, yeah, we'll be using port 80, so keep it as is. VPC is yes. HTTP1. Yeah, VPC yes. Yeah. So next. Okay. So here we'll have to create the instance first. So we can create the instance using the launch template that we have here with the lab, which is project LT. So click action. Okay, you'll have to choose the template first. Click action and then choose launch instance from template. Yeah, so project template default. So this is the default. K pair, use voc key. Subnet, use the private subnet 1, because let's say private subnet 1. Yeah, so the problem is it's not a problem, but like the requirement is to create sorry, you can see it here. Sorry, it says application server is created in private subnet, so we'll have to choose private subnets here. So this is the step I missed last time, that hence I have got only 30 out of 35. I'm not gonna miss it this time. Okay, so inventory app, the security group, yes. You don't have to do any configuration here. EBS volume, you can choose to like modify them, make it like 30, up to you. 30. Actually, it is fine. Actually, it worked for me. So yeah, blah blah blah. Advanced details, nothing. Yeah, just launch the instance. It will take some time to launch the instance, so we'll have to wait. I think once we refresh, we can see the instance here. Yep. So we'll have to click on the include as pending below, create target group, and then you'll have to go back to the load balancer. So once you click on the refresh button, you'll be able to see our target group now, which is we have named it in an. Okay, you can for security purposes you can choose this, but as I said, there is limitation in the lab account we have, so we can't really use this as of now. It will give us error that we don't have permission and so on. So I'm gonna just skip this. Create load balancer. Create load balancer, and it is created. So we'll just wait till it is provisioned. Okay, and then the third step is to create a auto scaling group. Basically, like if there's too much traffic, it will scale the instance, like it will increase or decrease the instances based on the traffic. So we'll go to auto scaling under EC2. You can just search them here as well. Auto scaling. Yep, you go EC2 and then at the bottom auto scaling groups. Okay, so auto scaling, wait, the launch template will have to select it, the project LT1. So you can see the configuration of the launch template. So it will use this AMI ID, these security groups, the instance type, blah blah. Just click on next. VPC, we are actually supposed to go with the project VPC and then private subnet, because that's the requirement there. Or you can also like choose to keep it public. That's up to you. But if you choose them, it's better, I think, better for security. Next, load balancer. We'll have to attach the auto scaling group to the existing load balancer that we just created, assignment TLB. So click on select attach to an existing load balancer and then choose from a load balancer target group, which is any name, and then blah blah. You can turn these on, up to you. It's also like if you don't. So we click on next. Okay, this is imported scaling. So basically the minimum desired capacity is like the least amount of instance it have to be there have to be in order for the auto scaling group to create one. Let's say like if there's no instance given here, it will create instance automatically, and this is the max number of instance it will create. So we'll just keep it as, we'll keep it 3, 2 or 3. I'm gonna just keep it 2. So basically this is the max amount of instance it will the auto scaling group will create. You can like give it 5 for up to you. Blah blah blah. Next. This is optional, so next. This is also optional, next. And I click on create scaling group. Yep, so auto scaling group is done. We had one instance, right? EC2, so it will create another one. You just have to wait for it to be effective. Okay, okay. The third is to import the data into an Aurora database. So basically you have to copy the link of this data dump, copy link address, then open the instance, connect. So for this instance, the EC2 instance connector or SSH client is not going to work because of the security group. It is in private subnet, so we can't really like open it from outside. So we'll have to just use the session manager. So we'll just use this, click on connect, and then it will load. So we just have got the bash screen. You can go log in as the root user by typing sudo su. So we are now logged in as root user. So as I said, first we'll have to download this data dump. So we're gonna go ahead and then copy the link of the data dump. Once here we just have to download the. Okay, first we'll change our directory. It's currently in bin directory. We don't want the file to be there. So we'll just type cd home. Okay, so now we are in the home directory. So we'll just download it here, wget, and paste the link of the data dump. So this is basically the link we got from this page. So click enter. Okay, so the file is successfully downloaded, as you can see. So now we need to log in to the database first. Also, I think the instance is now created, the auto scaling. Yeah, so as you can see, this is basically made because of the auto scaling group. You can check it by going here, auto scaling YT, then the instance management, and as you can see, the instance is made because of the auto scaling group. Okay, so we'll go back here. Okay, to log in now, we'll have to dump the file to the database. To do this, we'll have to get the password of our database. Since we have used AWS Secrets Manager for the databases, we are gonna search for AWS Secrets Manager. Yeah, so this, click on secrets, and so basically this is the secret name that is auto assigned with the RDS. We're gonna go there, retrieve the secret value, the username and the password. So the username of the database is admin and the password of the database is same, this. We are gonna also need the RDS endpoint. Yep. Database. So this is the endpoint we'll have to use. So to log in, MySQL u dash u, basically the username. So we have named it admin, and then dash p is for password, but we'll first password. So we retrieve the password from secrets. So this is the password. As you can see, there is no space after dash p, and then there is quote. And then the host dash h is for host. Host is basically the endpoint, so you can just copy it from the RDS, and then once we click, we'll be logged in. As you can see, we are now logged in. So let's check what kind of database they have so far, how many databases they have. So to check the databases, the command is show databases followed by a semicolon. So we have these databases. We'll use countries. Yes, so we have selected the countries database. Let's see how many tables we have here in this database. None, because the data are not copied yet, so we're gonna copy them now. Exit. Okay, MySQL. Okay, admin p. Don't give the password now. The name of the database is countries. the host is this, the endpoint of the database. And the password we can get from the AWS Secrets Manager. Enter. Okay, so we're successfully logged in. Okay. Okay. This sign and then just country data dump.sql. So what this command will do is they'll copy the data we have in country data dump.sql file to the country's database. So once we do it, it will ask for the password. The password we already have it, so we're gonna put it here and then click enter, and the data has been successfully copied to the country's database. So we can just check now. Login, use countries, show tables. As you can see, in the last time there were no tables, but a new table will be here because we have copied the data. So we have this. So we'll see what we have here. We can just use this query to get the data from the country data final table. From type the table name final. Oh, I forgot to put semicolon at the end. Yeah, so basically this is the database we have. Now about the website, we can get the website address from the load balancer because it's using load balancer now. Load balancer, blah blah. Okay, so the DNS name is basically the website address now. So once we go there, it will take some time for the first time because they need to resolve to the IP address. Yeah, so basically this is the website. So let's go to the query page because we need to make sure that the database is connected to the web application. So query, let's choose mobile phones. So as you can see, this is the web application is successfully able to make connection to the database. This is a country name, number of mobile phone providers. We can check if we want from here. Mobile phone 0, Afghanistan. Let's try another query. Life. Okay, GDP. Country is country name Afghanistan 246. Afghanistan life X. Yeah. So GDP 2461. 2461. So this is it. Now let's submit. As I have told you guys before, I forgot to do this in my last submission, so I'm gonna submit it now this time. Let's see. Submit. Submission recorded. It'll take like few seconds, like 20 seconds or something to create, and it should be 35 now. Yep, here you go, 35 out of 35. So let's refresh the page just to make sure the changes reflects here. So 35. So this is it. Like if you need more help, you can just comment here. Thank you.